Hey guys, my name is Sem Thomasson and today I'm gonna show you how I made my track Final Call out now on Axtone. As you can see, this is my project. I try to be well structured here. I always start off my tracks with percussion and drums. It all starts with a kick drum. This is my kick. It's a simple kick drum with a lot of punch, and I add some drum loops and some hi-hats just to get inspired really quickly. Remember, with this project, I wanted to have a cool melody that was bassline driven, so I started looking for a bass sound. Here's my bass. It comes from the Get Low Contact bank. What I like about Contact is it's a sample-based synth, so it's more real. It sounds more real, it's more dynamic, it's more organic than a different synth. And I played this melody. Whoa, this is the wrong screen. Here we are. This is the melody. I'll play it for you guys. So you can see it's pretty melodic in the beginning, yet simple. And then I like to hold on to that one note so it has that clubby feel. After that, I wanted to look for a more hearable sound that's really the lead sound of the song. And I found this sound. It's actually the same notes as the bass line, but one octave up and with a different synth. I'm gonna show you where all my synths come from in this project, but I want you to inform that most of my synths are down here at the bottom end, and they are muted. It's the MIDI files with the synths, but because of the project gets a bit heavy sometimes, I render everything into audio files. So the ones that I played here are actually audio files. Why audio files as well? Because it's more easy sometimes to process the sound than always putting your channel with MIDI full of plugins, and sometimes there's some latency and some issues then. But I'll show you. This is the lead of that lead sound of the song. Once again, it's from Contact, same bank, Get Low from Seven Skies, and what I added to that sound is some overdrive. It's just standard overdrive from Logic to make it a bit more powerful, a bit more distorted and in the face. There's some compression, some heavy compression, also to bring the sound forward. An LFO tool, which I use for the side chaining. So the signal of the kick comes through very nice. And finally, there's this is wrong. There's another compressor and a limiter just to make sure there's no clipping going on. Also, you cannot see it on this file, but down here you can see it. I use a lot of automation. I go back to my audio file now, and as you can hear, I'm opening up these sounds now and then with automation. It's basically just a cutoff that I'm using, a cutoff filter to open up that bass sound. So it sounds like this. As you can see, it's just an audio file that I rendered. Once again, my apologies, but the project was, I made actually 20 versions of the song. So once you start changing stuff and you add stuff and delete stuff, the project gets so heavy that sometimes you need to make decisions like this. Another cool sound that I added was this phaser kind of thing. Once again, it's the same notes as I use with the bass sound, but I use this plugin. I need to scroll down again. Here it is. This plugin named Rave Generator. I think it's a free plugin, a free synth, and it once again it's sample based, so it's I'm not even sure if it's clear samples, but I'm using it. This preset is called Revelation, and I processed the sound quite a lot. Here we are. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on the channel. There's this flanger effect. I have Fat FX, which is a cool standard plugin from Logic. It does crazy shit. It combines different effects like distortion, like a filter. It's compressing. There's an envelope change going on, and it's cool to go through. If you're not inspired and you want to get some movement in the track, definitely check out this Fat FX plugin. There's some overdrive. I use overdrive a lot on sounds, just to bring the sounds a bit more in front. It adds some dynamics to it. There's this Valhalla room on it, a very large reverb, and Replica. I love Replica. Replica is a plugin from Native Instruments. It's actually a plugin that combines reverb and delay, but you can play around with the presets and it gets some crazy effects for sure. I like this sound because it has a retro feel to it, and yeah, it surprises you in the track, I think. Okay, if I go back, I'll go through it step by step. We have, like I said, the kick and the hi-hats. I also added this sound. It's some percussive element that you know gives extra value to the drive. There's this clap on the first 4 beats, just to put an accent on the drop. I like this element as well. It's a sample with a long echo. I like putting details in my songs straight from the beginning, because you know, if you have a basic idea and in the end you need to find extra things to add to the track, it's less cool than already filling up your track with clever things. Yeah, that's how I work. So this sound came in the very beginning already, I reckon. What else is there? This cool thing. I made this sound from Omnisphere. Omnisphere is once again a sample-based synth. Let me see if I have. No, I don't have the MIDI of that anymore. But basically, what is this sound? It's this weird kind of thing on the drop. Here we go. So what I did here is I played da 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 with a synth from Omnisphere, and then I added. I've put the I'm gonna show you guys because it's hard to show without. If you have the instrument, let's say from Omnisphere, it's this sound. I played da 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 da, and I put the arpeggiator of the song of Logic, sorry, on this sound, and I played with the rate, so it gives that fluttering effect. If I play it again. Imagine I pulled this back to 116 and you get this effect from it's super nice. I use that arpeggiator thing quite a lot. If you look back at the making of Grey Zone, you can see that the entire main lead was made with this. I've added a very long reverb to this sound. And what I did then was just, you know, cutting the tail and reversing it here. So you have a little introduction. That's a really nice part for the drop. Let me see. What else do we have? All right, in the break, in the long break, I wanted to add an extra melody because you can't fill a 6-minute song with just one melody, unless it's a tech house song or something, and that's why I added this extra melody. It builds up to the second drop, and then the melody blends perfectly into the bass melody we originally had. So that's sound. I have it here, extra melody. It's let me guess, get low. Yes, I think I was in my get low phase when I made this song. It's an arpeggio song. Once again, processed a lot. I think the strength in producing original sounds is like processing your sounds. Everybody can use a standard plugin or a preset, but once you get creative on transforming the sound a little, you make it your own. So there's a compressor on this. Once again, the head crusher, pretty heavy drive here, I can see. This is also cool, the Saturn from FabFilter. I adjusted the tone, the treble a little, so it brings the sound, the sound comes a bit more in front. Valhalla again, Echo. This vintage isotope vinyl vintage thing is also cool. It gives that a less sharp identity to the sound. If I open up this MIDI file, you can see that this is the melody that I played. And once again, like I told you, I love playing around with the ARP function of Logic itself. As you can see, it's just 1/16 rate arpeggio. It adds to the groove. If I switch it off, you just have it's a simple plug, but when adjusting some rhythm with the arpeggiator, it brings movement to the sound. All right. Then let me see where I am. Right before the drop, I used the same sound from Omnisphere, same melody, but I lowered it 12 down, so 1 octave. And oh, sorry. You have this built up. So why did I lower it? Because I felt in the build-up it was nicer, and secondly, when the drop comes, it's nice that this sound jumps 1 octave up, so it's a bit more surprising and it sounds fresher. So that's basically what I did there. And then, of course, the track is nothing without vocals and effects. As you can see here, all the purple things is just effects and atmospherical things. Not too much, but just some nice things. I'll play it. A riser. Like that. And then this sound is a sample. I don't even know where it comes from. in E. Let me see. I lowered it down to the key of the song, and it's a sample with a lot of reverb, giving that dark clubby feel to it. All right. Besides that, we have the vocal. I teamed up with Thijs. He goes by the name Spare. He's a singer from the Netherlands. And we wrote this song, I think in October or November last year. And I always wanted to make a song about climate change and about how people mess up and fuck up the world, basically. And that's yeah, we wrote a song about that. So if you listen closely to the lyrics, we say it's the final call for people to wake up, because we're yeah, there's a lot of air pollution and stuff like that. And I wanted to keep it, you know, have a real indie feel to it. I'm not a big fan of too poppy vocals, so we wrote a verse with a lot of silence in between. There's a big gap between every part, because I strongly believe that sounds a bit weird maybe, but that silence is a very important element in club music. Give space to other sounds and give space to yeah, things to happen. So this is the vocal. I've put all vocal files in a bus so I can manipulate everything together. When I record vocals, I always do a lot of comping. So I strongly believe that good vocals are recorded when yeah, the comping is well. If the comping is well, you don't need auto-tune too much. You don't need Melodyne or whatsoever. So I did that. I comped and I just put a compressor on it. Yeah, some EQing, some reverb, and then on the group I've put some distortion and a vocal synth again. This one's really cool. The vocal synth from Isotope. You can do, you know, you can add a vocoder or a computer voice or some little effect on it to, yeah, give it some more texture. So this is the vocal, yeah, I'm showing you.
The air is thin, hard to breathe, nonetheless we're careless.
So you can see my delay of Careless is on a separate channel. It's just easy to produce. I can do it on the same channel and work with automation, but just duplicate the track and add the echo and we're there. As you can see here, there's an entire gap here and here, which gives room to the track. And then finally we have...
Running out of time, noise is blinding eyes, still ignoring signs. Water's on the rise, words don't beautify, pilots out alive. Can't hear the final call, see the engines feeding lungs, final call.
That's it, the vocals we have. Like I said, I like the gaps in between because then you can play around with different songs, sounds like
still ignoring signs. Water.
I like playing around with a lot of details and stuff. But basically, that's all that's in the track. I know when you listen to the track, it sounds pretty full, but this is all happening in the track. I hope this was learnful for some people. If you have any questions, there's a Q&A following in a bit. And don't hesitate to contact me with any questions, with any feedback, with anything, basically. A lot for the support on the track so far. The reactions are overwhelming. And, well, yeah, keep streaming Final Call.